Has anyone ever heard their aunt whisper, "I wish she'd just die already," about her own disabled daughter? I'm not even a parent myself, so I never thought I'd be the one posting this, but it's been eating at me for years. Throwaway, for obvious reasons. My Aunt Linda and Uncle Robert are the kind of people everyone in the family calls saints. He's a retired surgeon. She was an ICU nurse who quit the day their first daughter was born. Let's call the daughter Catherine, or just Katie for short. Katie came out with the worst possible combo: severe Down syndrome, type 1 diabetes diagnosed at 3 months, and celiac disease on top. The doctor sat them down and said, "Be ready. Most kids like this don't make it to 5. Linda was 24. She kissed her career goodbye that week and figured she'd be back in the hospital by the time she was 34, tops. Fast forward 43 years. Katie is still here. She beat every single prognosis, which sounds like a miracle until you live it. She never walked until she was 6, never spoke in full sentences, still wears diapers at night, still can't be left alone for more than an hour. The diabetes never chilled out either. Her blood sugar swings like a wrecking ball. They have to prick her finger or use the library sensor 5, 6, sometimes 10 times a day. She works 3 days a week at a sheltered workshop 30 minutes away. Robert or Linda drives her there, drives home, drives back to check her glucose at lunch because the staff legally can't, then picks her up at 3. Every single shift. At home, it's worse. Every carb has to be weighed to the gram, every meal measured in milliliters because celiac plus diabetes is a nightmare. They still set alarms to check her at 11 p.m., 2 a.m., and 5 a.m. because if she goes low in her sleep, she'll seize. As she's gotten older, the Down syndrome stubbornness has cranked up to 11. She'll scream and hit if she doesn't want her finger pricked, which happens multiple times a day. She's almost as big as Linda now, so it's not exactly easy to hold her still. They also raised 3 more daughters. One of them, Claire, got type 1-2 at age 8 and was an absolute terror as a teenager. Police at the house, running away, the whole deal. Linda basically raised 4 kids while being a 24/7 nurse to Katie. She never went back to work, never took a real vacation. My uncle kept operating until he was 68 just so they could afford the endless medical bills insurance wouldn't cover. A couple of years ago, I flew in for Christmas. The younger sisters were all out with their own kids, so it was just me, Linda, and a bottle of cheap Cabernet on the back porch after Katie finally passed out. We were 3 glasses in when Linda started crying. Not little tears, like ugly crying, the kind where your whole face screws up. She wiped her nose on her sleeve and looked me dead in the eye and said, "I love her more than anything in the world, but God forgive me, sometimes I pray she just doesn't wake up. I'm so tired. I never got to be a person. I'm 70 years old and I've been on death watch for 43 fucking years waiting for the funeral that never comes. I just want to be Linda again before I die." I didn't know what to say. I just hugged her while she shook. I thought that was the darkest it could get. Last month, Robert had a massive stroke. He's alive, but half his body is paralyzed and he can't speak more than a few words. The hospital social worker called the sisters and laid it out. Katie can't live at home anymore. She's too heavy, too medically complex, and now there's only one caregiver left who's 70 and grieving. They found a group home 2 hours away that can take her. It's clean, the staff is trained, there's an endocrinologist on call. Objectively, it's the best thing for her. Linda signed the papers last week. Katie moved in on Monday. On Wednesday, Linda called me sobbing again, but this time different. Relieved? Guilty? Both? She kept saying, she smiled when they showed her the bedroom. She likes the other girls. She ate lasagna without measuring and didn't even crash. Then she whispered, "I finally get to sleep through the night for the first time since 1981, and I feel like the